A wall of fire moving faster than a man can run. A safety line that ended just a few yards too soon. In the heat of Storm King Mountain, a minor shortcut became a permanent tragedy. The year is 1994. On a jagged ridge in Colorado known as Storm King Mountain, the air is bone dry. A lightning strike has ignited a small fire in the thick of the Gamble Oak. A crew of elite smoke jumpers and hotshots are on the ground and they're cutting a fire line, a strip of bare earth meant to stop the flames. The sun is baking the slope and the wind is starting to shift. They are within sight of the ridge-top safe zone. They're almost done, but beneath them in the deep gulch, a monster is waking up. The oxygen is being sucked out of the canyon. They have no idea that the ground they are standing on is about to become a furnace. As the crew worked down the steep slope, they were following the rules, but they were battling exhaustion. A decision was made to keep the fire line narrow through the thickest brush to save time and energy. On paper, a few feet of width doesn't seem like much. They assumed the fire would continue to creep slowly through the oak. But this was the fork in the road. If they had widened that line or moved back to the ridge 5 minutes earlier, they would have been in the clear. But staying on that steep chimney of slope just a few minutes too long, they left themselves no margin for error. They didn't mean to be reckless. They were calculating their speed against a fire they thought they understood. And they traded a small margin of safety for a few more minutes of work, never realizing the wind was about to hook the fire right into the gap that they hadn't yet finished clearing. The next day, the mountain is black, and the nation watches the smoke rise over Colorado. The next year, the 10 standard firefighting orders are scrutinized. New LCES protocols are drafted. 10 years later, every rookie firefighter in America climbs Storm King Mountain. The 10-foot rule is taught in every academy. Every decade, the brush grows back, and the memorial stands silent. We like to believe that survival is about big, heroic gestures, but often it's just about the last 10 feet. We live in a world where we are encouraged to optimize and scale back, but in the wild, the margins aren't negotiable. The mountain doesn't care if you're tired. Integrity isn't just doing the job, it's finishing the last inch of the job when no one is watching. Because sometimes the last inch is the only thing between your life and the fire that's coming. But what if they had cut those last 10 feet? The fire hits the line and stops. The wind shifts, but there is no fuel left to burn. The crew hikes out, tired but safe. They grab a beer in town and head to the next fire. Storm King Mountain remains just another ridge in Colorado. But without the tragedy, the safety ripple never happens. We continue to fight fires with 1950s logic. How many more crews would have been lost in the decades that followed? The loss of the 14 was a localized nightmare that saved hundreds of others by forcing the industry to respect the physics of the slope. This is the weight of a line that ended just a few steps too soon. Storm King Mountain is quiet now, but the lessons learned there are shouted in every fire camp across the globe. We're protected by the work those 14 didn't get to finish. So what about you? Have you ever followed the rules exactly only to realize the rules were wrong? Share it in the comments below. And if you would like to explore more of these ripples in history and in life, please hit subscribe and join me on the Ripple Trace.